I'm Hellena Pugh, a Marine Corps veteran and the host of your 5-Minute Salute. Today I have with me Chris Delia, who's a senior security advisor right here in the state of Florida. Chris, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So now, how did you become a member of our nation's military?
Well, I was a kid working in a gas station, and one of the owners of the gas station was an Army veteran and had told me one day that when he was in Vietnam, the toughest folks he ever saw were United States Marines. So, being 17 years old, that's what I did. I went that afternoon, went and joined the Marine Corps in 1981. I served from 1981 to 1985, 22nd Marine Amphibious Unit. I was a combat engineer with a secondary MOS of an M60 machine gunner, and it was great. So I went to 17 different countries in 4 years.
Wow.
It was a great experience.
You know, I love the stories of Marines. Absolutely love the stories. You know, what you hear, what convinces us to just go. I mean, ARMY, so you heard it from the Army guy. I won't tell you what that stands for. You know, ain't ready for Marines yet. But that's an inner service joke. Civilians better not try that one. So now tell me, what do you do today as a senior security director?
So my job is to cover 25 offices that the Anti-Defamation League has. I protect all the employees there. I run executive protection, event security, physical security surveys, just everything, pre-employment background investigations. I run our security intelligence unit.
Excellent. Now, in your role with as a security advisor, do you ever have the opportunity to cover things on the civilian side or for on a personal level as opposed to simply business wise?
Not here. So I didn't come directly here. So when I got out of the Marine Corps, I joined the NYPD. I dealt obviously with the public there, but I spent most of my time there, 7 years as an undercover police officer. And then I opened up my two companies here in Florida, and ADL was one of my customers, and they asked me to come on board as their senior director. So I've jumped around from public to government service.
Okay. So now, when you were transitioning from your role as a Marine into the civilian sector, what's something that you learned or wish you had learned that you'd like to share with other veterans?
I think the thing that I learned and the hardest thing to transition for me was, as you know, in the Marine Corps, you're they'll give you as much responsibility as you can handle, but there's no such thing as excuses. And
Right.
I think when I came out into the civilian world, especially outside the police department, that was the hardest thing I had. It was get your job done. Don't give me excuses. Just get the job done. And I think you got to soften up a little bit once you enter the corporate world.
Yeah. Well, you know, on the corporate side, and then I guess this is a really good point. In the Marine Corps, if you're given a job to do, your job gets done. You're expected to figure that thing out. Whereas on the civilian side, you know, you can be working with people and there's a part of the job that they need to complete. And their completion of their job, you know, it ties into what you do and then they don't complete it. Whereas in the Marine Corps, it's like that just wouldn't happen because one, we have teamwork, we have other people who would have come on to help you understand what you needed to do. And I don't see that as much in the civilian world. So I'm sure that is challenging, especially, you know, having military experience, coming from a branch that's really mission focused.
Correct. Yeah, I agree 100%. But I will say that while I was in the police department and outside, you do see people from all branches of the service rising to the top,
Right.
because we are mission focused. We understand chain of command, and so you do see people from all branches of the service rising to the top.
Yeah, I think that's why it's so important for veterans to get connected to other veteran organizations when they come out, because it's one thing to operate in your civilian role, but sometimes you do just need the support of being around other veterans who understand what that transition or transformation process that you're going through.
I believe that's extremely important. Organizations like the American Legion and the VFW, just to be able to sit down with some other military folks and just talk and feel comfortable. Because I don't care how well intended civilians are, you really are not going to understand
Yeah.
what it's like, the hardships and everything being in the military,
Well,
especially the
you're
Marine Corps.
you are absolutely right. Chris, I want to thank you so much for joining me today on the 5-Minute Salute and giving me the opportunity to interview you.
Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it.
All right, Semper Fi, brother.
Semper Fi.
Thank you for joining me on today's 5-Minute Salute. To learn more about today's guests and see past shows, check out our YouTube channel and click on the description of this video. I invite you to join me in rendering a salute by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. Until next time, and to all Marines, Semper Fi. My name is Hellena Pugh. I am the founder of ZaharaVets Network. So I started ZaharaVets Network because as I transitioned out of the military in 2012, I was encountering so many challenges with my transition, and I realized that there really wasn't an organization that spoke definitively to the issues that impacted women veterans, but also I encountered other male veterans who were having very similar issues to which there really wasn't an answer. So I started the organization so that I can provide information for other veterans, but also put us on the path to start providing those services that weren't being offered.